Hey guys, this is Vasa, and today we are going to go over shopping. We've got about 250 mil, and we are going to look to pick up a set of Chaos Rudibus gear. What I've got with me when I do shopping is usually I keep a pen and a pad around, and then I'll go out and I'll buy 5 or 6 owls. These owls, you could buy them in Hennessy's, Lefray Potion Shop, and in the Rudibus area. That's where I buy most of mine. And so I've got 5 of them right here, and I've only got 4 pieces of Fafnir gear I'm looking for. But the first thing I'm going to do is look up prices of all of the pieces, and then I'll buy them. That's why I have the notebook and pen to write down what shops have them for the lowest prices. But anyways, we're going to head off to FM1, which will be where we start using our owls. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we're in FM1, and we're going to look for a Fafnir Mana Cradle. No, that's the Mana Taker. That's the wand. Wands are really nice, but for mages, you are better off buying a staff, just because they have a lot of attack speed boosts. So, I'm gonna end up searching for this staff. Sorry, my game's a little bit laggy today. But let's see. Currently in the market there are 4 of them, and they're all the same. This one has potential on it, and it's only a little bit more expensive than this one, but we're gonna write down where that's at really quick. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just writing down where that one's at. That one is in room 5, channel 1, and the shop name is O-Face. Okay, so we got that, and let's just go and see if this guy has any of the other parts we need, because we're going to be definitely a little stripped on cash. Ooh, that's a nice belt. We're going to be a little bit stripped on cash if we can't find a way to save ourselves some money. But the reason I use owls instead of going from FM to FM is, first off, it saves you a little bit of time, and it also saves you a lot of money by stopping you from seeing items you might want and buying them just because they're there. Like, a lot of times I'll be running around and I'll be like, oh, I have 300 mil, here's a really good belt with 12% int for 300 mil, and then I'll end up buying that instead of buying the things I actually need. And so, excuse me, and so I'll end up way worse off than I was in the beginning. And it looks like this might be a little bit more expensive than I was thinking, but let's see, 45 mil, that's the cheapest hat. And this is Yui Hondo. Perfect. And then the next item, let's see. We had pants in there for 75, so we're going to look up Royal, see if we can't come across some cheaper pants. I'm not sure what the pants are called, so Royal Dunwich hat. Let's see. Actually, what am I doing? I could just look it up. Okay, so the pants in here are 75 mil, and they're Trickster. Let's look up Trickster. So the pants in here are 75 mil, and we might be able to get cheaper ones elsewhere. That saves us a penny. But the difference being these ones are not potentialed, and these cheaper ones right here are potentialed. So, you know, save us 1 potential scroll. It's not worth very much, but it's a little bit, and there's a chance that it'll boom, which will ruin your item. So we're better off just checking. Yep, that's good there. Man, these are really expensive. And then there's a top for 14 mil. I'm just going to look up the tops just to be on the safe side. try to save myself the most money just because I don't have very much of it. So let's see. That was Eagle Eye. Alright, so there it is. There's the last one. That chop had him for 14. Yeah, good thing I did, because I just saved myself 10 mil by grabbing this one for 4 mil. And now that we know where all of our items are, we can go back. I've done the math roughly in my head, and it looks like our money should stretch us. And there it is. Make sure it's the right one. 4 mages. Awesome. So I grabbed that, and then I'm going to head over. Actually, this is the one where we had that the cheaper pants. And now I'm going to totally forget which shop it was in. It's okay. Sometimes this happens. That's why I grab one extra little, what's it called? One extra owl, just in case, to be on the safe side, for just this kind of scenario. But we'll find it. Okay, yep, this looks like the shop. I don't remember the cubic blades and stuff at the top, but let's see. There's the, that was the mage pants, right? Yep, perfect. We got the mage pants. We're gonna head to room 4, and we're gonna look for Yohando. She should be on the middle platform, if I remember right. Yep, right here. And let's see, then we'll come by here, and we'll grab the cheapest hat in the FM. And then we will head to FM5 and grab that last piece we need, which is the staff. And let's see, we still have about 130 mil. We're looking for the face, the shop that's the face, right here. Perfect. Now, we have our entire set of Fafnir gear. We're pretty poor now, we're down to about 50 mil. But this will give us a decent little range increase, actually. That should give us about 5-10k, which will put us close to 30 or 40 mil, or not mil, 30 or 40k range. And that's a good start. And so now we're going to talk about best in slot items. We're going to head out of channel 1 just because sometimes people come in and spam. But best in slot items are the items you want for your end game. And for end game, we are going to be looking at a full set of Fafnir gear, which would be your primary weapon will be the Fafnir, Mana Cradle, or whatever your job is. Your secondary is most likely going to be one of the books, the chains, whatever your class-specific one is. You get them from a dude who sells them in Hennessy's and Lefray, and I picked this one up way early, right around when I hit level 100. It was like 5 to 10 mil, maybe. I'm not sure the exact price. But then for your hat, top, and bottom, you're going to want your Fafnir gear. We have that all selected right here. After that, you're going to want Tyrant shoes, a cape, and a belt. We'll get to those eventually. The Tyrant shoes and the Tyrant belt we might not get just because they're really, really expensive. For mages, they're like 3.5 bill for the shoes and like 4 bill for the belt on my server. But who knows, we might run across them. For gloves, you want either Tyrant or Dojo gloves. We'll probably end up getting Dojo gloves once we hit around 100k range. And then we'll be pretty decent for that. For your face and eye accessory, you want the Sweetwater tattoo and glasses. Those are the best because they're actually a tier above regular items. With potential, you can get different tiers of it, and level gear that's above level 151 has the best options. You can get up to 13% main stat, which is the highest out of any other item. After that, for shoulder accessory, you're going to want Tinker's Black Shoulders or a Meister Shoulder. Personally, sometimes what I'll do is actually stick with one of these. Oh, looks like my game just froze. But anyways, what I'll do is I'll stick with a Royal, not a Royal, the Royal Black Guard shoulders that I have on my character, because they're cheap. You can find them for like 10 mil on my server, and you can scroll them decently well, and then you could cube them to really good stats. For your earrings, pendant slots, all of your rings, that's going to be Golix sets. A lot of people aim for the superior Golix set, And that's really not a good idea, just because it's so ridiculously expensive. The only pieces of superior Golics that I'll probably end up getting is the ring. The pendants are too expensive, they're like 1.5 bill clean, and then to find a perfectly scrolled one, they're going to be like 6-7 bill. So I'd rather just spend my money on reinforced gear, lose a little bit of attack there, and then still get really good stats off of them. After that, we have the emblem, which is going to be the boss arena emblem. Unless you're an explorer class, then you're going to want the golden maple leaf emblem. And let me boot my game back up. Sorry about that, guys. My internet has been really bad lately, and it's been kind of dropping me every hour or so. But we're trying to get this video out to you guys to help you out. And anyways, the boss arena emblem is going to be what you want if you are a non-explorer, non-Kaiser. If you're a Kaiser, you can actually buy one in Pantheon. And if you're an explorer, you could do a quest line to get a level 100 emblem. And the level 100 emblem is better than the boss arena emblem because you can get higher potential tiers. With the boss arena emblem, when mine got legendary on my Luminous, I could only get up to 9% attack on it, which is really good. But with the maple leaf one, you can actually get up to 12%, which is going to be way better, and it'll give you bigger profit in the long run. Sorry about the screen and how it is. The resolution will fix itself soon. But after that, for your badge, you're going to want the ghost ship badge. It's the only badge that can be potential, and with that you want to be really careful and use a 100% potential scroll, because if you don't and you boom it, you can't actually get it back. And right now it's the only emblem, or only badge, that can get potential on it. So you want to be really careful with that. Once you unlock a pocket item, the pink bean holy cup is probably the best one that you can get reliably. They're pretty cheap on the market. And for hearts, you just want any old heart. You can get the titanium heart is probably the best. And if you were around the star heart for the Android, that one's probably going to be just as good. You could get the best stats on that, and you'll scroll those with prime scrolls, which will give you 110 attack if you're like pro super endgame. Otherwise, spell tracing it for 3 or 4 attack isn't a bad idea. I mean, it'll all work out well for you in the end. And I mistyped my password, sorry, give me just a second. Things long and annoying to remember. And anyways, after that, for the medal, there's a lot of really good medals that are out, but some of them are limited time. And these are all my characters. I have a lot of character slots. Anyways, so with the medal, the best one I like to use is the adventure, the next legend, the explorer one that you get. And that's just like my personal favorite one. Totems are a little bit important, but they're kind of hard to get sometimes just because the Maple Leaf High doesn't come out very often. And when it does, you have to spend an X to get all 3 totems. But with enough time, you can get them all. And yeah, I think that's going to cover us for shopping for now and best in slot items. I will be back doing a video on cubing next time, maybe, hopefully, and go over your top 3 items that you want to cube to get the maximum range that you can get. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.